For most people, coffee is an everyday indulgence, an affordable pleasure, a morning ritual, or a necessary fuel to survive the day. But for the ultra-rich, coffee can be a statement of luxury, exclusivity, and status. There exists a world where coffee isn't just a pick-me-up but a prized possession, where a single cup can cost as much as an entire month's rent, and where the beans go through some of the most bizarre, elaborate, and even stomach-turning processes before reaching your cup. The most famous of these luxury coffees is Kopi Luwak, also known as civet coffee. At first glance, it looks like any other coffee. But its journey from bean to cup is anything but ordinary. The process starts with a small, cat-like animal called the civet, which roams the forests of Indonesia, the Philippines, and Vietnam, selecting only the ripest coffee cherries to eat. But the secret to Kopi Luwak's high price tag isn't what happens when the civet eats the cherries, it's what happens after. Once the cherries pass through the civet's digestive system, the beans inside undergo a unique fermentation process. They emerge on the other end, yes, that end, with a smoother, less acidic flavor profile. Farmers then collect these beans from the jungle floor, clean them, thoroughly, we hope, and roast them into one of the most exclusive coffees in the world. A pound of authentic Kopi Luwak can fetch anywhere from $500 to $1. $500, and a single cup in a high-end cafe can cost upwards of $100, but Kopi Luwak isn't the only coffee with a jaw-dropping price tag. Another contender for the title of the world's most expensive coffee is black ivory coffee, which follows an even stranger process. Instead of civets, this coffee is processed by elephants in Thailand. The elephants consume Arabica coffee cherries, and as the beans pass through their digestive system, enzymes break down proteins that cause bitterness, resulting in an ultra-smooth brew. Since elephants require far more food than civets, and collecting the beans is much more challenging, black ivory coffee is even rarer and more expensive than Kopi Luwak, often selling for over $2,000 per kilogram. But not all luxury coffees rely on animal digestion to achieve their status. Some of the world's most exclusive beans are simply grown in extraordinarily rare conditions. Take Hacienda La Esmeralda's geisha coffee from Panama, for example. This variety is famous for its floral and tea-like qualities, and it has won international coffee competitions multiple times. At auctions, Hacienda La Esmeralda's best beans have sold for over $1,000 per pound, making it one of the most coveted coffees on the planet. Another high-priced contender is St. Helena coffee, grown on a remote island in the South Atlantic where Napoleon was exiled. This coffee has been cultivated since the 18th century and is prized for its complex flavor and rarity. Because the island is so isolated, transportation costs drive up its price, making it a luxury item for those willing to pay hundreds of dollars per pound. So, what makes these coffees so expensive? It's a mix of rarity, unique production methods, and, of course, the sheer exclusivity that comes with sipping a cup of something only a handful of people in the world can afford. Some argue that the high prices are justified by the extraordinary flavors and smoothness of these brews, while others believe it's more about status than taste. Of course, with great luxury comes great controversy. Kopi Luwak, in particular, has faced heavy criticism for unethical farming practices. In the wild, civets naturally select the best coffee cherries, but as demand for Kopi Luwak skyrocketed, many farmers began keeping civets in captivity, force-feeding them coffee cherries in cramped, unsanitary conditions. Similar ethical concerns have been raised about black ivory coffee, though efforts have been made to ensure humane treatment of the elephants involved. For those who want to experience the world's most expensive coffees without breaking the bank, some specialty roasters offer small samples or single cups at relatively affordable prices. But for many, the idea of drinking coffee that has passed through an animal's digestive system, or paying more for a single pound of beans than a luxury handbag, remains a curiosity rather than a temptation. Still, whether you see them as masterpieces of coffee craftsmanship or absurd indulgences for the wealthy, the world's most expensive coffees have cemented their place in the history of luxury foods. While most of us will continue to enjoy our regular morning brews, somewhere out there, a billionaire is sipping on a $100 cup of coffee, savoring the taste of exclusivity one golden drop at a time.